to be persistent, how to be patient, wait for my opportunity to come. And what's the second question, guys?
Just thoughts on your season.
I think we had a great season as a whole. We made history multiple times this season. We played our hearts out. Me personally, I feel like this was a season where I made very much improvement. I got to meet these great teammates that I have. I learn a lot of things from them every day. And I don't look at it as a failure because we made history. We did a lot for the state of Alabama basketball-wise. I look at it as a successful season. Even though we lost, we're gonna keep our heads up.
Mark's career comes to an end with tonight's game. Just what's it been like being his teammate the past 2 years?
I learned a lot from Mark. He's one of our leaders on the team. Seeing him work every day, he made me work harder. Stay on my craft. He's our point guard. He's been our leader. So. I'm grateful to have him as a teammate for the past two seasons.
How do you think he should kind of be remembered as an Alabama player?
Probably the greatest Alabama player ever, or top 3 or something. The impact he did, no other player has done. So he deserves a statue.
If you come back, you're going to be one of the leaders on this team next year. Just, are you ready for that? And what did you learn from the leaders that's going to help you with that?
I'm always ready to be a leader. I was even a leader this year. Even though I wasn't one of the older guys, I was always a leader. You know what I'm saying? I was always vocal. And I learned from these guys also how to be, a bigger leader. You know what I'm saying? How to use my voice, when in uncomfortable situations and stuff.
What do you kind of see the future of this program being with the foundation that's been laid the past 2 seasons?
I see it just evolving, honestly. The great basketball we've been playing, the competition level, the fans we've been, gaining each and every day. I just see it, continue to rise.
Do you feel like y'all got punched in the mouth a little bit tonight with Duke coming out with the 15-5 run, and just kind of how hard was that to overcome?
I think that kind of had to do with part of, the reason why we lost. I feel like if we would have, came out, with a tighter score and had more stops, it could have dictated the game more. But, we had multiple opportunities, when we cut the lead down to 8, to make an impact, and we failed to do it. And Duke, they excel well on offense tonight. They were more efficient from the field than we were. They were better defensively.
How much do you kind of rally the guys in terms of building this roster for next year? When do you start kind of thinking about it? Are you going to play a role in kind of?
Honestly, I haven't thought about it yet. Honestly, I was just focused on this season. We just gonna see. We just gonna have to see, what it is for next year.
Person in this 1 year, and
I'm just gonna the person, sociable. I was able, normally I don't communicate or do a lot of talking, but this guy's kind of opened me up. Like I was able to talk, they all mess with me and everything. So just having guys like this. Just, great being around there on just Saturday's our last game together.
How important are those bonds with, your teammates going to be?
It's going to be a brotherhood bond. I feel like, we all got a group chat and we all got tight connection. I think it's going to last a long time.
This is only the 3rd Elite 8 appearance in program history for this team. And knowing you kind of are a part of that legacy, even if it was only for 1 season, just what does that mean to you to just kind of help make history and continue building this program?
It's a great feeling because normally, our main goal was, Alabama is such a good school when it comes to basketball and football that Elite 8, when you lose in Elite 8, you feel like you just lost a normal game because they got such a high standard. And our main goal was to win the tournament, but we was cut short. So it's just a good experience being part of it.
Talk to you about being the lob threat for Mark and y'all's growth together as kind of that 1-2 combo. Playing with him this last year, just how special of a player is he, and obviously going to leave a pretty significant legacy here.
Mark is really a special player. He got great speed. He could do a lot of things. Even when the shot is not falling, offensively, defensively, Mark is a great dude. I knew about Mark before I tried transfer there because we were kind of like in the pre-draft together. Just the way it was like reading plays and able to read stuff. That's why I was like, yeah, I want to go play with this point guard. This is the type of point guard like a big man want to play with.
Now that it's come to an end, how happy are you with the decision to come to Alabama for your last season of college basketball?
Like I just told the previous reporter, if I was to make my decision from the first, like coming out of high school and I got offered by Alabama, if I know like what I knew right now, I'll come into Alabama, I'll be quick.
And then just, obviously you won't be back next year, but what do you kind of see the future of this program being, the foundation that you kind of helped lay with some of the other guys?
We got a really great set of dudes like Mouhamed, Aden Holloway, Houston, Trelly. Like we got a great group of guys that we told they're gonna be great.
What can you take from maybe some of the lessons from Coach Oats and learning under him? Again, whether as a player, as a person, just what are you going to take and use for the rest of your career and life here?
Like everything, just like nothing is gonna be handed to you easily. You gotta work for it. Like every coaching staff, every player, everybody works 24/7. Like this is the most like locked into stuff I've seen in the program. Like we was in the hotel just yesterday. Like no, before we even played any game, you see everybody in different rooms on the laptop. They all scouting. Like even the GA is working too. So everybody is locked into achieve a goal. So that mentality stick with me. Just stay working, work for what you get.
So you're only here for this one season, but being from Tuscaloosa, just how are you, if you can, reflecting on just your legacy and what do you want to be remembered for in this year wearing an Alabama uniform?
I always want to be remembered for somebody that bring it every night, high level competitor, great high character, great leader, and I feel like I fulfill those. Just bringing it in every night, and that's scoring. Don't really care about that, and more so a winner. Just overall, just a winner.
Obviously, you guys wanted to win the big one, but obviously this program and getting to the Elite Eight is setting a pretty significant foundation. This is only the third time Alabama's ever been to that point. What does that mean to you? And you helped kind of set a legacy and laying a foundation for the growth of this program as a whole.
Man, that's why I came here to. I've been fortunate to do a lot of winning at a high level and losing at a high level, so I kind of know what it takes to win championships. So it's nice, knowing that I contributed, with my boys to a lot of success this year. So nothing to hang our heads on.
Now that the season's come to a close, how happy are you with the decision to come use your last year of eligibility at Alabama?
Oh yeah, regardless of how the season went, and I knew off the first workout, I knew it was gonna be a great year. No matter what the result is, I got brothers for life. It's all about relationships in life right now. So, I got these boys for life.
Kind of with some of the pieces that this team has coming back next year and just also with the coaching staff, kind of what do you see the future of this program being?
The expectation is championship now, national championship. Now we've lost at Elite Eight. Now we know what we need to fix and how to go about that. So I have high expectations for this year.
Did y'all feel like tonight in the game with Duke getting out to that 15-5 lead, y'all kind of got punched in the mouth a little bit, and was that kind of hard to overcome? Adversity, we've been facing adversity the whole year. So that 15-5 lead, we never really blinked or panicked. It would have been nice to get some stops to, to cut into that lead. But faced adversity, yeah.
What are some of the lessons you're going to take from Coach Oats here and just your development, whether it's on the court, off the court? Just what were some things you learned from him in this year and how that'll help you in the future?
Most of the stuff was on the court that I've learned, on the offensive end, really just how to be in. Man, it's crazy. I can go on all day with everything he taught me. X's and O's. So that's probably the biggest thing I learned.
Playing with Mark, obviously, a guy who's going to leave a pretty significant legacy here. Just what was it like getting to share a backcourt with him and just how great was he as a teammate and as a person to get to know here when you got to join us?
Yeah, it was pretty impressive to watch him. Sometimes just take over games, the gravity he had on the defense. It's something like I said before. I never really played with a player like that attracted so much attention. So yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Your first season at Alabama, what's the biggest thing you're going to remember from this season?
The seniors, man. They some goats. Grant, Mark, Cliff. All the seniors, man. They just some goats as people, as players. I'm just missing them so much.
What was it like to play with those guys this year?
They made the game extremely easy. Just seeing them. being able to create on their own, create for their teammates. It was just fun to watch, man. We miss them.
Now that your first season here has come to a close, do you feel like Alabama was the right decision for you this
Yeah,
year?
I don't regret my decision at all. I love the University of Alabama, and we'll be back next year for sure.
Yeah, talking about next year, just some of the pieces you have coming back with Houston, coming back from his injuries and stuff, other guys, just kind of what do you see the future of this program being?
You can't forget to mention Latrell Rice, who really like that, but I don't really know who's coming next year. I was trying to focus on trying to get a championship this year. Came up short, but we're going to take a look into it over the next couple of days, over the summer, and build a roster to come back next year and come back even harder. So.
Yeah. Thanks, Aiden.